This Perth Summer League Ice Hockey broadcast is proudly brought to you by Varsity Nedlands. Shutterguard.com.au, Perth's best roller shutters for over 30 years. CD Dog, scrap metal recyclers. Bright Tank Brewing Co. And Front Row Screens, your local streaming superheroes.
And a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to the final Wednesday night rivalry night for the preliminary games of the 2020-21 Perth Summer League Season 10 of this great competition after 5 months of action all around Western Australia here at the Perth Ice Arena with 8 teams taking part. It all comes down to that final week. We are in the climax of the preliminary games before the top 6 go through to the final series. My name is Paul Persick. We're in the commentary box at the Perth Ice Arena as always. It's a great pleasure to have your company. But what is going to be a critical game in terms of the finals? We have got the Crusaders and the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies in 5th with a record of 10 wins, 16 losses and a tie up against 6th place Crusaders, 8 wins, 17 losses and 1 tie. The Crusaders are coming off 5 straight losses and desperately need a win, because if they get the points tonight, we will have our final 6 confirmed. The Crusaders will lock in that final spot in the race for the 6th. The Grizzlies, if they win, well, they'll seal 5th place for the taking as the teams are about to line up on centre ice for what is going to be a cracking game here at the Perth Ice Arena. Our coverage is all thanks to CD Don Scrap Metal Recyclers, Shutterguard, the Varsity Bar and the Bright Tank Brewing Company. We send a special shout out to the good folk over at the Varsity Bar in Nedlands who are enjoying a nice pre-game bev and bite before the action. It's certainly going to be an absolutely cracking contest, make no mistake about it. Whether you're watching live across Western Australia, across the country and around the globe, great ice hockey action is coming your way. These 2 games, part of Wednesday night rivalry night, the last one for season 2020-21 before we kick off the final series in the not too distant future. The Grizzlies and the Crusaders have had an even start to the season at the beginning of November. Then they really started to hit a bit of a form slump later in the series. The Grizzlies have only won 2 of their last 5. The Grizzlies in their first meeting back in December with the Crusaders, they defeated them soundly 8-5. January 10th, the Grizzlies fought back 7-2, and then the Grizzlies would win their second match against the Crusaders 8 goals to 2. There will be a chance to have some pride for the Crusaders in this matchup. Like it's 3-0, I should say, in that season series. The Grizzlies will have the opportunity to sweep things up. As you see, the Crusaders getting themselves warmed up in the last-minute huddle with their captain, Elliot Duguay, and their main alternate, Sean Hamilton and Grant Humiston. I'll hopefully take you to the Grizzlies side as well, led by Dwayne Piefer, their main alternates, Jordan Kairos and Kieran Webster, and their net tender, Charlie Perry. The Grizzlies about to break up into their positions on centre ice, and as we see the Crusaders as well, this is a game where it is all on the line from the Crusaders' point of view. They're currently in 6th. A win tonight will see them lock up 6th place and end the title defence of the reigning champions, the Moose, who will no doubt be watching this game intently because they've got one more game to go coming up tomorrow, and that is against the Weekings, who they played in last year's grand final series. This one promises to be an absolute ripper. So at the moment, we have got Scott Hiller and Kieran Webster that'll face off in the first puck drop as we take you now to centre ice. Live pictures from the Perth Ice Arena. The puck's about to drop. We're underway. This is a crucial game for the Crusaders. If they win, they're in. If they lose, well, their chances will ride on other results up against a Grizzlies side who are looking for their 3rd win in their last 6 games, as there is an open ice pass out towards the attacking zone for the Grizzlies, and straight away it is ruled as an icing call. It's going to go all the way back to the Crusaders' attacking zone for the first of the face-offs inside their offensive territory. Crusaders record 8 wins, 17 losses and a tie, percentage of .327 in the games that they have played so far. Webster wins it. He's pushed out back to Drake from behind the goal line, under pressure from Hiller. Good checking there, Hiller towards Humiston on the low slot. Out wide, Del Caro shoots. Great save in the end there by Perry to his right. And now they're on the breakaway here, the Grizzlies. Here's Webster passing along the wings to Kairos. Looking to go direct Good stick checking there from Humiston. That allows the turnover to be inflicted by Deguy. Immediately backs against the wall along the end boards. Deguy plucked out of there by Richie Lamb, and that goes over the glass. We'll have ourselves a face-off. You're watching from anywhere around the world on our Front Row Screens Facebook page and on our PSL Facebook page as well. As the action gets underway, we've got Dan Rise doing battle in this face-off with Kieran Webster this time. Got Ken Tovic on the back of the defensive slot. Open ice pass by Tovic along the sideboards. The Grizzlies will cover it. They've got 3 against 1. The lone Crusader there being Jesse Wormald. Wormald, cross ice pass, nicely blocked in the end by Haley Drake, inflicting the turnover. Cross ice pass into open ice space. Stephen Dack from behind the goal line now, releasing Tovic. He lets that one go to the path of Jesse Wormald. Does he go cross ice to the path of Crommelin? No, it's turned over this time. Jeremy Wright, nicely played by Wright. Wright passing wide to the wings. Wright gets it back. This is good play by the Grizzlies. Off the feet there of Downing. But loses possession of that puck to Dack. Back of the hand by Wormald to Crommelin on the centre of the slot. He shoots just to the right-hand crossbar. Williams almost with a second chance tip in. Rebounded by Crommelin on the defensive goal line. Crusaders looking to play it out of that defensive zone. It's a bit of a struggle at the moment. Pinned to the end boards there. Wormwood, centre ice. Crommelin didn't get all of the shot in, but it's turned over. Ben Digney passes towards centre ice. Under pressure from Wormald. Good stick checking by Wormald. Tovic trying to go cross ice to the path of Dan Rye. That's going to be turned over and taken away by Ryan. We're into the first 3 minutes of this matchup. Crusaders and the Grizzlies on the CD Dodd scoreboard. No goal being added, and there's an icing call in the meantime. On the Grizzlies attacking zone, it's going to go all the way back to the other end of the rink here at the Perth Ice Arena. We'll have a face-off on the inner circle. Of course, the top 6 go through the finals. First and second will receive a bye into the semis. 3 and 4 will play in an elimination final and another elimination final. 5th versus 6th. Sudden death elimination finals as Kairos gets the offensive rebound in towards the slot. Good save there by Williams. Allows the defence to rebound through Anarai. Gets a bit of a hip and shoulder too from Kairos. Here's Powell on the edge of the slot. Shoots. Good save by Perry. On the rebound. Rowell up against Telfer. Telfer, open ice pass out towards the centre of the rink. Cross ice now. It goes to Ryan. Cross ice. Beautiful cross ice pass under pressure. Here's Webster. Webster shoots from the high slot. Good save in the end. Williams clutches it in inside the crease. Love ourselves a face-off. As mentioned, that final series, 3 versus 4 and 5 versus 6 in elimination finals. Those games, 1 match to a finish, sudden death, no second chances. The semi-finals will be a best-of-3 series, and then the grand final will be a best-of-5 series to determine the champions for 2020-21. Should be a great final series when that kicks off. From the centre ice, Miller, cross ice, beautiful pass to Del Caro, if he could get it in time. Del Caro rebounds from behind the goal line. Beautiful defence by the Grizzlies. Webster. Open ice pass was intended for Kairos, but it was recovered instantly there by Elliot Deguy, the captain. Almost turned over. They're playing a bit hesitantly at the moment, the Crusaders. They're under a bit of pressure, but recovering there is Dan Anery. Anery with a long shot from centre ice. Up above the head. Perry with a good save. And that allows the Grizzlies to work the puck in front. Webster, nice stick checking in the end by Humiston. Inflicts the turnover, plays it along the wings, but it's recovered. Webster, cross ice to Kairos. They're deep in the slot. Reverse with the backhand there, with the hoist shot. Didn't get all of that one in. And again with the rebound, Scotty Hiller penetrates the offensive slot on his own. It's a 3-on-1 out there, so he just had to pull back and concede some territory. Open ice hit. Dack pushes forward to Humiston. Humiston with a hoist pass to the path of Del Caro. Cross ice again, but immediately blocked. Brilliant block there by number 86 and Mitch Davidson. They played along the wings. Richie Lamb, slap shot. He goes bang, but not enough oomph. And that was to the left-hand crossbar. Dak recovers it for the Crusaders. Del Caro along the end boards. Great play by Del Caro. Positions that pass clearly for Hiller. Will he go cross-ice to Tovic? He goes to Del Caro, shoots. Perry to his left, off the gloves. Digney loses control. It was a fresh airy. P for the captain with a hoist shot. Also to the right-hand crossbar. Both sides really playing the pressure game at the moment. Big wide there out to right from the corner. Shoots. Did it go over the line? No, it didn't. It just remained in. A good save by Jordan Williams. And a couple of plays there, just having a bit of a chat with the referees as to whether that was behind the goal line. We see here on the CD Dodd replay, beautiful cross-ice pass setting up Jeremy Wright from the corner. Went for the wrist shot. And it almost went over the line. No score. Still 0-0 here at the Perth Ice Arena. The puck's now behind the goal line on the offensive zone for the Grizzlies. Tovic rebounds defensively. Good cross-ice pass. Dak from behind the goal line. Crommelin turns it over immediately. Goes looking for Wright. He's on the centre of the slot. The Crusaders winning in a 3-on-2 situation. It's led by Crommelin. He plays it along the wings. Cross-ice out to Dak. Does he go back to Crommelin? He does. But the pass was ill-advised and mistimed. And it's turned over immediately by the Grizzlies. It's been a turnover sort of game in the early minutes here. Both sides not having any big chances. They've all been hard to come by sides. Drake versus Tovic. Tovic wins that one-on-one. Keeps the puck in front of him. Good use of the one hand. Del Caro shoots. Easily blocked off there by Webster, who inflicts the defensive takeaway. Now on centre ice, Webster. Nice backhand, a cross-ice pass to Kairos. She shoots. And again, Williams down low inside the crease. Good save. Best chance so far of this matchup for the Grizzlies. Webster, lovely backhanded cross-ice pass out to Kairos, as we see here on the replay. Had some space on the high slot, went for the shot, as he was rightly to do so. But just couldn't get to the back of the net. And with the easy save, Jordan Williams. Kairos, off the face-off. Nice save by Williams off the slap shot. To the path of Telfer. From behind the goal line, hoist pass to the centre of point. Kairos and Lamb. Instantly recovered. And look at that. Building up space. Out of the defensive zone is Williamson. That's Wilson, I should say. Wilson tries for the backhand flick. It's turned over. Kairos. Cross ice to Webster. But it's turned over. Here's Michael Powell. On the offensive zone. Cross ice out to Wilson. Wilson just out of his reach. And now again, the Grizzlies having to work the hard way to turn it over from the defensive zone. Nicely played in the end by the Grizzlies. They turn it over. Again, it's to the path of Kairos. Finds some space inside the slot. Stopped in his tracks by Annery. Here's Davidson from the backhand. Shoots just to the left-hand crossbar. Webster. Was he tripped up? Referees say play on. Get on with it. Wilson goes looking there for Powell. Is there going to be an icing call? Doesn't look like it. Refs say get on with it. Duguay shoots. Slap shot from the right-hander point. Didn't get all of that one in. Del Caro, another one inside the slot. Again, Charlie Perry with a fine save. He's had to work hard for those saves so far. Annery. From the defensive zone. Played too loose there. It's turned over. Out to right. He shoots. Fine save by Williams under pressure. Backhanded pass. Again, Eamon Kane. Trying for the slap shot, but he didn't get all of it. It's turned over. Humiston tried to go with the backhander to Hiller. Humiston gets the rebound off his own pass. Plays it to the low slot. Humiston gets the shot in. And it gets in, and it's a score. Grant Humiston gets the first one on the board for the Crusaders, building off the defensive turnover. And they convert with an opportunity inside the slot. Grant Humiston with the first one on the board here at the Perth Ice Arena. 1-0. We've played just over 10 minutes, as we see here on the replay. Fine solo effort by Humiston, playing it from behind the goal line, sucking the Grizzlies' defence into that zone, exposing a gap. And that's where Grant Humiston penetrated the slot with the puck in front of him to make the late tip in and get that first goal on the board. 7.5 minutes to go on the CD Dodd scoreboard. The Crusaders, vital game for them. They lead 1-0 over the Grizzlies. They've been beaten 3 times by the Grizzlies. Here's Hiller with the shot. Ricocheted there off Haley Drake there in the defensive zone. And now they can clear the Grizzlies. Wright keeps it in front of him. Almost back check there. Kane turned over by Tovic, plays it in front of him. Only as far as Dwayne P for the captain. Open ice pass. No tripping up penalty there. Referees say play on. Wormel. Plays it direct. Del Caro. Nice quick backhander there. Dan Rise. What can he do? He shoots. Perry in front of him with a good save off the chest. Centre ice. Del Caro shoots. Again Perry under pressure. To his right making the save. This is the opportunity now. Ryan. Rebounds. Lamb. The puck is loose on the offensive zone, but it's instantly recovered there by Stephen Dack. Backhander to Dan Rye. Open ice hit towards centre ice. Webster. With the defensive turnover, keeps it in front. That's good play by Webster. Plays it to the wings. Kairos back to Webster. They're a dynamite combo in offense. Webster shoots. Kairos looking for the tip in off the back, but it didn't come anywhere. Webster again, tipped in. Lamb, he shoots inside the crease. It's a scramble, and Williams saving the puck from going over the line deep inside the crease. Two chances there for the Grizzlies, as we see on the replay. Kairos, he was looking for the backhander tip deep in the slot. Lamb trying to tip that one in from inside the crease, but it was too little too late there. Players converging deep in the slot, but to no avail. Kairos, slap shot off a step. That one only as far as the crossbar. Dwight. Open ice pass to Dack. Turned over. Kairos, he's been everywhere. Lamb shoots. Almost caught in the end by Williams, but it bobbles out. Allowed Dwyer to rebound from the defensive zone. Lamb off the back. Another turnover. And this is where the Grizzlies can do damage. Kairos from the corner shoots, and Kairos responds. The Grizzlies level it with the pressure inside the offensive zone that they're known for. They used the puck brilliantly off that turnover. The Webster-Kairos combination again proving deadly off the turnover. Kairos penetrating the slot. Nice wrist shot from the corner. And thank your mother for the Rabbits. They level the scores. 5 minutes to go on the CD Dodge scoreboard. 1-1 here at the Perth Ice Arena. Crucial game it is for both teams in the context of the finals race. Crusaders win, they're in. But if the Grizzlies win, well, they'll have to ride on another result. The Crusaders, if they are to keep that 6th spot, because the Moose, they'll be watching this game very intently on the live stream tonight. Dwyer from the defensive zone. He plays it to the wings. 2-on-1. Under pressure there is Humiston, but he gets it out. Cross ice turned over there. Good play by the Grizzlies here. They're forcing the pressure. Kane in trouble. And it looked like there was some interference there, according to the referees. And the puck will go back to the neutral line for a face-off. Replay will show you what happened. Yes, he was offside by the looks of things there. Maybe a late call. But the referees blew the whistle regardless. Kane off the face-off. He pushes forward. Kane, his shot ricocheted off Dwyer. Well recovered there by Downing. And it looks as though there was another penalty called. I think that's against Downing. Yes. Players just debating that with the refs. And the puck will go towards the inner circle. We'll have a face-off here. It's under 3.5 minutes to go. This opening period on the CD Dodge scoreboard. Ville. He only had a couple of minutes on the ice as Tavi Ville. Plays it to the wings, looking to open up some space inside the slot. Out there towards Powell, deep inside the slot. No avail there for the Crusaders. It's turned over. Dwyer gets it back, however. In a flash. Penetrates the slot. Goes past 1, 2. Tries to go for the shot. He does, but it's saved in an instant there, Charlie Perry. As both sides make a few line changes now. 1-1 the score. Under 3 minutes to go if you're just joining us for the first time. Goals being scored. Grant Humiston got the scoreboard ticking first. And then some 4 minutes later, Jordan Kairos, superstar goal scorer in the Premier League, he levelled some 5 minutes later to have the scoreboard showing goal 1-1 with less than 3 minutes to go. Del Caro shoots, and it's in! Scott Del Caro capitalising off the defensive turnover, shooting from the right-hand corner point to give the Crusaders back the lead. CD Dodd replay will show you what happened. Humiston, lovely cross-ice pass to Del Caro, who played it along the wings, had some space from the right corner point, good wrist shot to the back of the net, and a vital goal at that late stage of this opening period to give the Crusaders the lead with just 2 minutes remaining. I was talking to a couple of the bartenders here at the Crossbar, here at the Perth Ice Arena, that this may be a high-scoring thriller. It's certainly proving that way at this stage, and the pressure certainly on both sides as it is almost turned over. As Kairos regains possession of the puck on the offensive zone, tries to penetrate the slot, but it was a 4-on-1 situation and Kairos lost out. Davidson and Hiller in the 1-on-1. Davison gets support in that Grizzlies defensive zone. Off the backhand, Del Caro. Humiston looking for that mid-range tip-in. And now it's played along the defensive wings, recovered by Dak for the Crusaders. Almost turned over there, Dak, but he has some recovery support. Humiston. He's penetrating the slot, but stopped in his tracks there by Kairos and Ryan. Cross ice to Webster. On the offensive zone, forced to go back, Kairos. Oh, that was a very hesitant pass. Not a lot of communication there. And it is turned over. Del Caro shoots. And just off to the right-hand side there, but they instantly recover it. Off the corner point, Dak with a slap shot. And that goes to open ice behind the goal line. Webster turned over. Hiller, he shoots. Rebound saved by Perry on the offensive zone. Del Caro looking for that late tip in. Doesn't get it. It's instantly recovered. Kairos puts on the afterburners, but he's forced to put on the brakes. Jesse Wormald, fine defensive turnover. Webster regains, goes cross ice, finding Davidson. Turned over again on the offensive zone for the Grizzlies. Now it's transferred from end to end. Wormald to open ice, blocked off by Lamb. Centre pass, right, Kairos. Now he can put on the afterburners again. He's got support from right, with the slot heavily protected by Tovic, who is stationary, as is Rye. Long shot coming in there from Ryan. Crommelin and Wright along the end boards. One more chance, but the time will run out. But an eventful first period here at the Perth Ice Arena in what is a crucial game for finals ramifications. The Crusaders scored 2, and the Grizzlies only scored 1. That was from Kairos. But it is the Crusaders that lead it 2-1 after 1. We'll be back here at the Perth Ice Arena for the second period shortly.
Shutterguard has been installing Perth's best shutters for over 30 years. With no advertising signs on your front lawn and no sales gimmicks, visit shutterguard.com.au.
Welcome back to the Perth Ice Arena. After 1, Crusaders leading 2-1 against the Grizzlies in this Wednesday night rivalry night in count up. A vital game for both sides. The Crusaders win and they're in. As we show you the highlights, all thanks to CD Dollar that first period. Grant Humiston and Scotty Del Caro scoring for the Crusaders. Kairos was the only goal scorer for the Grizzlies. Turnovers on the defensive zone for both sides sees both teams needing improvements in tightening up their passing and their movement of the puck in this second period as we are about to get underway. Live back on centre ice here at the Perth Ice Arena. It's going to be Wright and Wormald with the puck drop. Wormald pushes it out back as we get the second period underway. Telfer going for the hoist pass towards centre ice, but it was instantly cut off. It's back and forth on centre ice with the puck. Duguay recovers on the Crusaders attacking zone. Can they create a chance? Wormald cut off. Hiller on the corner of the slot, building up some speed. He shoots, and Perry with a good save. Goes through the gap of the plexiglass and of the above net. We'll have a face-off. Both sides really feeling the pressure of what would be a sudden death final sort of game. Who's going to live up to it tonight? Face-off being won by the Crusaders. Pushed out back to Wormwood on centre ice. It's on the high slot. Downing. Open ice hit. Open ice pass, I should say. Pushes it out. Played along the end boards. There's Downing. And it'll be hooking interference there. And we'll have ourselves a face-off. It's going to be on the neutral line. So it could be Wilson for the Crusaders and Webster for the Grizzlies in this face-off. Wilson wins out in the face-off. He pushes it forward to the offensive zone. But coming up to meet it is Ryan. Open ice pass behind the goal line. Telfer, one-on-one with Ville. Keeping it alive there is Telfer. Right in front of his skates, well played. Kairos, long cross-ice pass. Lamb, deep inside the slot. Lamb shoots. And did he get it in? No, he didn't. It was a fine save by Williams under pressure. But that was a fine setup from Kairos onto Lamb, as we see here on the replay. Kairos on the outer wing of our commentary position. Nice cross-ice pass to Lamb, working the puck in front inside the slot. Would have been a fine team goal. But the gloves and the composure of Williams stopped the play in its tracks. Piefer, slap shot from high in the slot. It's turned over. Dak. Tarvyville. Players looking for an icing call, and they'll get it. It's going to go all the way back to the Grizzlies' attacking zone, where they have a chance again to level things up. Vital goal from Scott Del Caro with about 2 minutes left in that opening period. Saw the Crusaders take back the lead. The Grizzlies eager to level things up. Being won by the Crusaders, Duguay. Looking to play it out of the end boards. Drake. A gentle pass back. And now Piefer pushing back on the defensive zone. Cross-ice pass. Kairos, he can go to Webster. Has some space on the high slot. Kairos in the centre, shoots and scores! Well set up there, Webster and Kairos, the dynamic duo in that offensive zone, getting another score on the board, and it is level once again. We go back to that play on that defensive zone. It was set up by Eamon Kane that allowed Webster to play it along the wings, backhanded pass to Kairos, who had space to play inside the slot. And a nice tip in from inside sees the scores levelled once again, and an obstruction ruling out of that centre face-off. And we'll have ourselves a repeat in proceedings here. 2-2 the scoreline with 14.5 minutes to go on the CD Dodd scoreboard. Enthralling contest thus far. Downing. Out of centre ice, cut off by Humiston with the takeaway is right. Right, he shoots. Williams on the chest. Good save. Suddenly goal for goal in this contest thus far. Humiston, then Kairos, Del Caro, and then Kairos again. Goal for goal between both sides. What's been a ripping contest thus far. Piefer, open ice hit. Out towards the offensive zone. The Grizzlies doing absolutely everything to keep it in their area, and they do. Piefer hits it with one hand. And nothing coming of that one, unfortunately, because it's gone all the way back to the Crusaders attacking zone through the work of Stephen Dack. Hip and shoulder there by Dwayne Piefer. That is fair. Referees call play on. Del Caro may not be too happy with that one, I'm afraid. Turned over. Hiller. Cross-ice pass. Del Caro to the left-hand crossbar. That would have been a very costly goal. Another turnover. Piefer diving down low inside the crease to make the save. That would have been a very easily leaked goal by the Crusaders. And that was Humiston deep inside the low slot as both sides make line changes to every position. So both sides will have a fresh 5-on-5. Webster keeps the puck in front. Davidson Along the end boards now, Kairos. He sets it up again. Beautiful pass to Lamb. Can he go cross ice to Webster? Yes, he does. Webster shoots. Almost a goal. In the gap, and the crease goes Lamb, and Lamb scores. From 2-1 down, they've hit the front 3 goals to 2. 12 minutes to go on the CD Dodd scoreboard. A fine setup again. Jordan Kairos providing the flair out of that defensive zone as we see on the CD Dodd replay. Fortunately not there this time, but it was a fine setup. Kairos from deep in the defensive zone went for the long direct pass out to Lamb. Lamb built up some space inside the slot. Webster, the first shot saved by Williams, but tipped out to allow a gap from the crease towards the back of the net, and that's where Lamb penetrated the gap, went for the tip-in, and there was another goal on the board for the Grizzlies. 2-1 down they've come from, and they lead it 3-2. Webster. Lamb from deep inside the left point. Ryan didn't get all of that shot in. It was ricocheted there off a couple of players. Lamb down low on the slot. Kairos. An open ice shot out towards the goal line. 1-on-1. Oh, brilliantly played there by Crommelin, almost enforcing the turnover. But Webster keeps the puck out in front. Doesn't have any space inside the slot. Goes forward to Kairos. He shoots but slipped over. And now Crommelin. Defensive takeaway is on him now. DeGuy. DeGuy tried to go for the backhander, but it was a blind pass. Webster gets it out back. Offside being called by the referees. And the advantage will be paid since Ryan has possession. Pass out towards centre ice. Digney. Out wide. Davidson. Goes back to centre ice. Forces back. Long wrist shot. Plenty of power and plenty of height. But that wasn't going anywhere but the end boards. Out wide. Crommelin for the Crusaders. Recovers it. Keeps the puck out in front. An open ice hit to his advantage. Behind the goal line. From the corner. Wilson looked for the opportunity for the late tip-in. Didn't get all of that one. Digney towards centre ice. Good pass. Right. Keeps the puck in front. It's going to be a scramble deep inside the low slot, but it was well covered by the Crusaders. Namely there, Powell to inflict the turnover. 3-on-1 inside the slot. Centre pass to Ville. Ville didn't get the tip in time. That was a big opportunity gone begging. Right. Deep in the slot, right, he shoots. Williams bobbles that one out, keeps it in front. And now Powell, riding that defensive support. Blind pass again turned over. This is Telfer. Goes past one, goes past two, he shoots. And Williams keeps it stoned in inside the crease. Vital passage here for the Crusaders if they can get the rebound goal. 3-2 the scoreline, 9.5 minutes to go. CD Dodd scoreboard. It's also thanks to Shutterguard, the Varsity Bar and the Bright Tank Brewing Company. Face-off being won there by Hiller, and it immediately goes back to Williams, who clutches that one in. We'll have another face-off. Crusaders looking for their first win in 6 matches. And they lost to the Grizzlies, in fact, 3 days ago. 8-2, it was a resounding win for the Grizzlies, boost up their goal difference a little bit. And this is their second meeting in 3 days. And will the Crusaders get a measure of revenge, possibly be the sweetest one, because that'll put them into the finals. Off the skates of Lamb. Turned over, Del Caro with the defensive takeaway. Wrist shot. But to the left-hand side of the net. Humison plays it along the sideboards, looking for some space inside the slot. Forced back. Dak. Again, from behind the goal line. Drake, nicely played, fending off the pressure. Forward to Kairos. Webster. He's got Lamb. Look at the open space that Lamb has got, but well done there by Ken Tobic, forcing the defensive takeaway in a high-pressure situation. Dak, 3-on-1. Hiller, slap shot by Del Caro from far. Out the back goes Dak, looking for the tip-in. But a good save in the end, Charlie Perry. It'll be a face-off on the outer circle. Again, Scotty Del Caro with the slap shot from high in the corner. Looking to set up a late tip-in for the Crusaders, but the resolve and the pressure for Charlie Perry just in the end proving too much in that contest. Webster or Williams. Out the back, Crommelin and Piefer. Crommelin Losing the puck out back to Davidson. Vill, well played by Vill. Open ice pass. No icing will be called here. And Williams pulling out of the crease. And Duguay goes forward now. Rye. They're playing it along the wings now. Crommelin looking to build some space inside the slot. Crommelin under a bit of pressure. Almost turned it over, but regained possession. Slap shot in the end by Duguay, but didn't get all of it. The slot carefully protected by the Grizzlies, and the save again, Perry. Some 7 minutes to go. 3-2 the scoreline in favour of the Grizzlies. They've come from 2-1 down at the end of the first to score the first 2 goals of this second period. And they lead at 3-2. Face-off being won there by Downing, and pushes it back straight to Perry. And we'll have a repeat in proceedings this time. Let us know where you're watching from all around Western Australia and across the world on our front row screens live stream, and of course our PSL live stream. Crommelin has some space on the high slot, should have gone for the shot. Annery. Stick check there by Downing, loses possession of the puck, but the Crusaders are going to regain it in the defensive zone. Cross ice pass, Crommelin has some space, finds right, centre pass, Wormwood, out to Crommelin. Crommelin looking for the tip in. But that one just had a little too much. Annery, wrist shot out the back, almost into the net. Perry just flicked that one to his left. Piefer loses it out. But again, the Grizzlies forcing the turnovers in defence in key positions. Annery goes direct, out to Rye and Wormwood. Well played. Had space in the centre of the low slot, looking for the tip in, but in the pressure seems to be getting to both sides. We know what the pressure is on in this game when final spots are on the line. Oh! Eamon Kane there, tripped up by the stick of Dan Annery, but the referees say accidental. Piefer, defensive takeaway. Base on the corner of the slot. The puck freely. Forced to push back behind the goal line, up against Duguay. Turns it over, defensive takeaway by Crommelin. Direct pass, but only as far as a couple of Grizzlies defenders. One of them is Kairos. Goes cross ice, Davidson. Went for the slap shot, but it ricocheted off a couple of Crusaders players. And they take it away defensively. Powell, wrist shot, but that one coming off Richie Lamb's stick. And Perry, again with the save. The tempo has slowed down a little bit in the last 2 or 3 minutes, as we see here on the CD Dodd replay. Powell almost losing possession of the puck, but keeping it in front of him. And a hesitant wrist shot. Power behind that one. Easily kneeling down and making the save as we have another face-off. Webster winning that one. He's won most of them tonight. Tovic forces the puck back onto their defensive zone. Centre pass. Killer loses possession. Webster, he might make him pay here. He's powerful in the offensive zone. Force back. Pass to Telfer. Wrist shot. Ricocheted off a couple of Crusaders players. And Digney. His shot saved. Oh, that's Ryan, I should say. His shot was saved in the end by Williams. Face off now on the outer circle. Humiston. Webster wins out in the face-off, keeps the puck in front of him inside the slot. Here's Lamb looking for the shot. Well fended off by the 3 Crusaders deep in the slot. One of them there was Dak. Dak shoots. Perry flicked out to his left. Almost the opportunity for Hiller. Open ice pass from Ryan. And it'll be an icing call. Got to go all the way back now to the Crusaders attacking zone. This will be their chance to level things up. 3.5 minutes to go on the CD Dodd scoreboard. Perry and Telford just having a bit of a chat early on. Webster and Killer in this face-off. Webster pushes it back off the face-off. Ryan from behind the goal line plays it along the defensive wings. Turned over now. Here's Hiller again. Another open ice pass behind the goal line. Allows Humiston to get himself into the right position to turn it over. Humiston keeps it still, looking for some coverage inside the slot. Doesn't get any, so he's forced his players to again go to open space. Hiller. He can go towards the centre point, out towards Dak, but he elected not to. Humiston out the back. Del Caro. He's got Dak as a prime target. Elects to go for the shot from the corner. Very ambitious and ineffective. Perry. He makes another save down low inside the crease. The puck will transfer to the outer circle for this next face-off. And again, it'll be Webster and Hiller. Hiller hoists that one out towards Tovic on the face-off. Penalty looked to have been called, but the advantage is being paid. Dak. Direct pass, cut off there by Richie Lamb. Open ice pass towards the defensive zone. And now Stephen Dak. Dak on the breakaway. Haven't seen too much of those in this matchup. Dak has some space on the corner. Where was the communication in that pass to Hiller? No wonder Hiller almost lost possession. They get it back. Del Caro shoots. That one off the crossbar. Hiller keeps it in front from behind the goal line. Getting ambitious. Telfer back and forth. The puck goes on the defensive zone. We've got a minute and a half to go before the end of this second period. The Crusaders have a big chance to level, but not if Jeremy Wright has anything to do about it. He breaks away from centre ice. Almost being held up there by Dak. Again, the advantage is paid. Del Caro, open ice, out towards the goal line. Perry. Clever from the goal line, pulling out of the crease. Open ice pass, out to Piefer. Gets some support there from Downing and Wright. Piefer, open chance, he shoots. Doesn't get it in. Well saved by Williams. Lucky chance there for the Crusaders. Wormald. And it looked like it might have been offside. I think it's interference. And it'll be played on the neutral line as a result. CD Dodd replay. And that was the chance by Dwayne Piefer. Good speed to penetrate the low slot. And went with the right shot. But unfortunately for him, it was Jordan Williams who made a critical save to save the Crusaders' bacon. Right. Open ice pass out towards the defensive goal line. Wormwood's going to come up to meet it. We've got 30 seconds remaining in this second period, so a goal here will be vital. Almost turned over Wormwood and Drake in a one-on-one. Good stick checking by Drake, but still Dan Annery inflicts the turnover. Went for the shot. Should have gone to Crommelin because he was in very much open territory inside. Rye. Couldn't get that one in time. DeGuire trying to push the puck forward, but it's turned over Piefer. The time will run out. And so the Grizzlies, they've come from 2-1 down to lead this game 3-2 after the second period here at the Perth Ice Arena. Can they hang on, or will the Crusaders strike back in order to snatch victory and seal sixth place? It is all on the line with 1 period to go. We'll be back after the break here at the Perth Ice Arena.
Shatterguard has been installing Perth's best shutters for over 30 years. With no advertising signs on your front lawn and no sales gimmicks, visit shatterguard.com.au.
Welcome back to the Perth Ice Arena. There you see the Grizzlies on the bench. They are leading 3-2 with 1 period to go. It's been a scintillating contest, certainly a finals-type clash in the context of this Perth Summer League competition. In this last week of preliminary games here at the Perth Ice Arena, goals for the Grizzlies, Kairos and Richie Lamb have scored Richie Lamb have scored. Kairos with a double, and one each to Del Caro and Grant Humiston for the Crusaders. It's all on the line for the Crusaders, because if they lose, the Moose will want to win their last game against the Wheat Kings to steal 6th place. But if the Crusaders come from behind and win, then we will have our final 6 finalised, with still a day of action to go before the top 6 do battle in the final series. And don't forget, coming up later, we've got the Outlaws and the Wolves. At about 7:45, the puck drops. We're underway for this last period here at the Perth Ice Arena. Cross-ice pass, almost turned over. Here's Webster, looking for the backhanded pass. The target was Kairos, but turned over by Wormald. Out forward to Crommelin. Nice breakaway, out towards offensive ice. Backhanded to Wormald, he shoots. And just off to the left-hand crossbar. And that's what you want the Crusaders to do. Keep that puck locked in inside that offensive zone and get plenty of chances. But the Grizzlies, they would want to do the same. But slow down the tempo. The shot off the left-hand corner point results in a score. That's Dan Annery, and just the start that the Crusaders wanted. With some 40 seconds into this third period, as we see on the replay, the puck just bobbled out from behind the goal line. Dak with a nice pass. Annery from the corner, tipped out, and it bobbled over the line. So that goal will be Dan Annery's. That'll be his first for the night. And we are level again at 3-3. My goodness, what a contest we are having here at the Perth Ice Arena. Wilson wins the face-off, pushes back to Dak. He's now on centre ice. Plays the puck to the wings. His target there was Vill, but goes only as far as right. Wilson. Vill again. Nice stick checking from Davison. Davison plays it behind the goal line. And it's on the defensive wings. 1-on-1, Kairos. And Webster. Goes past 1. Goes past 2. Keeps the puck in front of him. Lovely cross-ice pass. Good control there by Digney. Lamb off the back looking for the tip-in. Rebounding behind the goal line is Wilson. So far in this game, no power plays to speak of thus far. None at all. It's been a good standard disciplined game. Man, it expected both sides to really go at it. But it's been a nice, disciplined game. That's what we like here at the Perth Ice Arena. Right. Cross ice to Kairos from the outside. Deep in the slot. Look for the tip in there from right, but didn't get it. Vill. Looking for the open ice pass. Wilson. Oh, good Lord. Wilson hurling that puck towards the bench. Luckily, didn't hit that player in the head. Gee, that was a bit of a scare indeed, as we see here on the replay. Ryan and Wilson. Wilson looking for the backhanded pass, and it just came hurtling towards the bench, and that was Powell, who was almost hit there. Luckily, he ducked right in time, or otherwise we would have had a really big scare, but the action goes on. If you're just joining us for the first time, it is 3-3 with 15.5 minutes to go. Tovic pinning his opponent hard to the end boards, and down he goes like a sack of spuds. That is Downing, and the referee's blown the whistle. Pretty high contact there. That was by Dak. And Downing, he is on his haunches. That really knocked the wind out of him there. Downing is just on his haunches on the left-hand side of the defensive wings, but he's getting up. He's getting a good round of applause there as he makes his way off the rink. As we see here, Downing, bang, from Tovic it was. It was a really big hip and shoulder there. The question is, was it accidental? I think it was. Not overreaching the situation here. But it was an accidental bump, but it was a really solid one indeed as Downing makes his way off the rink. Kane pushes the puck back out towards their offensive zone. Tovic with a defensive rebound. Out the back, Del Caro. Nice stick checking there from right, but it's still in Crusaders' possession. Open ice pass. Out towards the defensive zone. Cross ice, Dak has open space on centre ice. Flicks it out wide. Hiller. Space. Hiller penetrates it. Hiller shoots and scores! The Crusaders back in front. My goodness, what a game we've got here. Scotty Hiller found some space on the high slot, went for the shot, and bam goes another one. As we see on the CD dot replay, Dak worked the puck out wide. Hiller burst past 1, 2, went for the shot, and went to the back of the net. Another goal. The Crusaders take back the lead 4-3 with 14.5 minutes to go. This one's not over yet. They want that 6th spot sealed up so badly through the Crusaders, but the Grizzlies, well, they are just as motivated to stop them in their tracks. Here's Kairos. From centre ice, he's on the breakaway. That's Davison, I should say. He went with the wide pass to Kairos. Along the sideboards now. Webster. Plays it out wide. Webster shoots, and Webster gets the response. It's now 4-all. Goal for goal it has been. Kairos and Webster, again the dynamic duo, delivering on the passage of play. And Webster gets his first of the night to level things up. It was from the defensive wings. Webster working the puck out in front. Had some space from the corner. Had the presence of mind to go for the wrist shot. And it went in. Oh my goodness, 4-all the scoreline. We expected it to be close, but my goodness, it is certainly living it up and then some here at the Perth Ice Arena. This is definitely a finals-worthy game. From centre ice. Crashing to the boards. Crommelin storms through, away to Wormwood. Wormwood away to the slot. Oh, another hip and shoulder there. This time it was front on Piefer. And now the Grizzlies had their chance. Thwarted by an errant pass by Webster. Rise, tripped up. Did the referee spot that one? He did, but he thought it was a fair one. Wormwood. Just slowing it down to the corner. Crommelin. Played to the sideboards there. Annery. Now back to Crommelin. Cross-ice pass. Wormwood. By the skipper. The slot heavily covered there. Second shot. Again, same result. Almost turned over. Offensive rebound comes in. Duguay. Back and forth. The puck goes on the offensive zone. Piefer. Good presence of mind to hurdle that forward. Kairos. Piefer, hip and shoulder from the back, looking for the shot, doesn't get all of it. And it's easily saved in the end, Jordan Williams. Got a nice little crowd out here enjoying the action. The atmosphere really picking up in this final period. 12 minutes to go. On the CD Dodge scoreboard, 4-all it is. Will we see another overtime? I reckon we'd love to see that. What is a finals-type game here at the PIA. Powell almost turning it over. Digney out to Wright. Almost tipped it into the back of the net, but just wide. Jeremy Wright forces it back inside the high slot now. Digney, slap shot. He goes bang. Fine deflection by Williams. Dak plays it to the defensive wings. Turned over. Wright, he's going to come up to meet it from behind the offensive goal line. Webster goes forward, almost tipped in there by Kane. Turned over by Dak. Breaking away, loses it. He went a bit hesitantly there. And pays the price, turned over by Kane. Has some space, loses his skates, and turned over just like that. Digney at the back, only as far as Ville. It's back and forth on centre ice. Wright pleading for a penalty there, doesn't get it. Powell. Wilson. Plays it out wide, back to Tovic. Almost lost it there. Kane. Deep inside the slot. Tovic keeps it in front. Powell, he shoots that one well wide to the right-hand side. Tovic again. Ville. Almost turning that one over. Wilson deep in the slot. And a fine save in the end. Perry under pressure. Just in front of me there, Craig Downing. Given the thumbs up, but he is out for the rest of the game, obviously with that hip and shoulder from Ken Tovic on the opposite side of the rink. So he's out, unfortunately. Big blow for the Grizzlies late in this game, because he was having himself a fine night, contributing in the Grizzlies breakaway towards the offensive slot. Speaking of, here's Kairos. Kairos shoots, and just wide to the left-hand crossbar. That would have been a big chance to take back the lead. Less than 10 minutes to go. Humiston plays the puck fast inside the slot. He shoots a little bit too high this time. He had the power. Humiston again. Backhander to Del Caro. Deep inside the slot. Perry almost saved that one. Back from the goal line. Still inside the offensive zone for the Crusaders. Hiller. Humiston forced to work it out wide. The slot heavily covered. Some good defensive coverage there by the Grizzlies. Hoist pass, goes looking for Kairos, only as far as Duguay for the Crusaders. Hiller, Humiston, stick check there, in defence by Drake, that's well played. Keeping it alive, Duguay, almost tripped up there by Drake, no penalty called. Hiller, keeps it in front, only as far as Piefer, but Hiller gets it back. from behind the goal line, turned over, and the defensive takeaway is inflicted by Lamb. Piefer. And now Kairos from the defensive zone. Good cross-ice pass out to Kane and Lamb. Lamb pushes it out wide to the sideboards, but only as far as Deguay. Good defensive block. Plays it along the boards, rebounds, finding Piefer for the Grizzlies. Another turnover. Both sides trying to slow down the tempo as much as they can to gain complete control. Lamb went for the cross-ice pass. Piefer turned over. Here's Hiller deep inside the slot, but well played by the Grizzlies to cover that one off. Anery almost losing it, and he's going to allow Williams to make the save and push the puck forward and find Deguay to restart things from behind the goal line. Hiller goes past one, goes past two, out to Wormald, cross-ice, deep inside the low slot. Wormald shoots. Didn't get all of that one in. It was an easier save for Perry this time around. And we'll have a face-off on the CD Dodd replay. Hiller goes past one, goes past two. Nice pass out there to Wormald. Set himself up with some space inside the low slot. But he didn't get all of that shot in. Maybe didn't have enough to get that one to the back of the net. Cross-ice pass, Tovic from the high slot. Doesn't get that one. Hiller, he can go back to Tovic, but he instantly covered that one off. Rise, turned over. Digney, backhander out there to Kane. Would have had some space. Turned over. It's a 2-on-1. The Crusaders went out of that one. Wormald, as soon as he slipped over, he got the pass. Crommelin, from the corner, he shoots off the crossbar. Rebounding for the Grizzlies is Digney. Backhand, a big hip and shoulder there on Rise. It's into open space to the advantage of Wright. He has some space inside the centre of the slot. He shoots. Well saved by Williams. Rebounded defensively by Dak. Tovic. He's on the open from the high slot. Cross ice. Crommelin from the corner. He shoots. Nice little dummy there. Allow Tovic to have the second attempt. He shoots off the crossbar. Davison pushes it back. Almost turned over. The pressure certainly riding high on both these sides now. Crommelin. Went to go cross ice. Doesn't get all of it in. Back and forth on centre ice. The puck goes. Vill versus Webster. Webster wins out on that one. Inflicting the turnover in favour of Lamb. Opening up the play on centre ice. Out to Kairos. Kairos. Oh no, yes it is Kairos. Went from behind the goal line but instantly turned over. Slot easily covered off defensively by Tovic for the Crusaders. And now he's going to man the puck inside the defensive zone. Closely pressured by Kairos. Powell from Wilson. Powell shoots. Good save to his right, Charlie Perry. 6 minutes to go. Possibly the next goal may win the game. Dak. Keeps it in front of him. He's pinned to the end boards there by Webster. Pushes it back. Crommelin. He's got Deguay as a prime target from the high corner point, but it's turned over. Rebounded, however, by Powell for the Crusaders. Puck's gone back and forth without any real success from both sides in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Vill. Slap shot. And well wide to the right-hand crossbar. Vill. And now Wilson. Pinned to the boards there by Drake. Deguay, the captain, didn't get all of the slap shot in. Vill with the rebound. It's inside the slot. That shot, a nice hoist out towards the net, but too high. Deguay from the corner. Drake, open ice pass. Covered by Vill. Hands the puck from the corner. Vill shoots. Ricocheted there off Drake. And again, out hustled on that occasion by Wilson. End to end on the offensive zone. That's where the Crusaders have locked it in for the last couple of minutes. They've scored a couple of goals, but they want that winner very badly. Turned over. Powell, he shoots. And again to the right-hand side. Puck's transferred from side to side at the moment. It's an open ice pass from defensive ice. Is it going to be an icing call? It won't be, because coming up to meet it now is Dan Anery. Deguay, cross ice. Lovely cross ice pass. Losing control of the puck there was Humiston, and that allowed Ben Digney to make the defensive turnover. Anery along the wings. Humiston, nice backhander to Hiller. But Kane, defensive turnover. He rebounds. Keeps it in front, 2-on-1. Del Caro, nicely played by Del Caro to inflict the turnover. Del Caro didn't get all of the shot in because it rebounded off Kairos' stick. Del Caro gets it back. There's an open ice pass towards the defensive goal line. It's well covered off there by Telfer. He went for the open ice pass towards the defensive zone. Tovic goes straight ahead. Kairos losing control, almost turning it over. Kane. Pinned to the sideboards there by Webster. His own teammate, Telfer, goes to Kairos from centre ice. Does he go on a breakaway? Where's the support? And that's why it's being turned over in that area more often than not. Kairos is not getting any out of traffic for him to make any creative chances. Humiston, cross ice, Del Caro, he shoots. And that was well off there. That was off Piefer, and he came hurling up above Dwayne Piefer, and he landed quite hard. In the meantime, Kairos from the corner, saved off the helmet. Piefer's gotten back up, and he's okay. But that was a very hard landing on the ice. Wormel, Del Caro from the corner, slap shot from Del Caro, and clutched in there, Piefer, as Scott Hiller goes down. Bit of a hit there up against Telfer, a little bit of pushing and shoving there. We don't need that. Luckily, the referee's not ruling any penalties at that stage, but the tension boiling over at that moment. Two and a half minutes left on the CD Dodd scoreboard. The pressure really on. Next goal will probably win the game. Webster keeps in front. Fine play by Webster. He's on the breakaway. He's got space inside the slot. He shoots. Well saved by Williams. Defensively recovered by Dak. Has he got any targets up forward? No. He just has to go for the open ice pass. Turned over in the end by Ryan. From the corner, slap shot to the right-hand side. Rebounds off the sideboards. Wormel doing everything he can to rescue the puck. But the referee's got his hand up. Some interference, but the advantage is being paid. Kairos. Looking for a hat-trick. Kairos, he shoots, and it's tipped in! Kairos gets the hat-trick! Well, if you need a vital goal to increase the pressure on the opposition, Kairos is the man. Scoreline now 5-4. And the Grizzlies, they may increase the bogey over the Crusaders for the season. Jordan Kairos capitalising off the turnover. Webster had some space, but Kairos went for the shot himself. And with 1:41 to go, the Grizzlies leading 5-4. It's not over yet. The Crusaders still have a chance to rescue the game, but they score almost immediately. Hustle and bustle on centre ice they go. Turned over by Crommelin. Off the rebound, Humiston. Goes to Hiller. On centre ice. Cross ice now, Duguay, the captain. Leading from the front. Del Caro from the corner. He scored a goal there before. Can he score another? Del Caro, he shoots to the left-hand side. Hiller. Had some space in the high slot. Hiller scores, and it's tipped in! Scott Hiller, he gets another one. It's 5-5 now. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Just when you thought the Crusaders looked to be out of it, in comes Scotty Hiller with a late tip in and levels the scores yet again. Oh, my goodness, the heart's really beating. I think you could say, in the words of Jackie Higgins, 1,000 minutes per second in his words. From the centre of the high slot, Scott Hiller with a nice wrist shot, and a timeout has been called. Well, I had this feeling that this would be a 10-goal thriller. It certainly has proven that way. 5-5 with just over a minute to go, with late timeout has been called. What will the Crusaders be speaking about here? What tactics will they adapt to? As we see here on the replay, this was one of the key passages. This was Hiller's goal. Had the presence of mind to go for the wrist shot just outside the high slot. And it went into the back of the net, leveled the scores up again. Will we go into overtime, or will there be a last-second game winner? It's been a sensational contest here, and we've got quite the finish in store, ladies and gentlemen, so buckle up and hold on tight. Both sides getting back into their positions now. We're just outside the last minute of the game. And what a sensational game it has been. It's going to be Hiller and Webster for this vital face-off. What a game this has been. The heart's ticking very rapidly at the moment. Kairos pushes it out back. Piefer. Hiller gets it off the offensive boards. Humiston forced to push back. Almost turned over. Kairos. Out the back is Humiston. And it was offside. And that was interference, I would say. Yes. Well, it was offside at first, but there was interference low on the body. And the referees have called it back. But it's going to be on the neutral line. We've got less than a minute to go. Hiller and Webster again. Face-off being won easily. Hiller. Del Caro, long wrist shot, very ambitious. Turnover inflicted. Kairos, defensive rebound. Off the sideboards. Hiller plays it out in front. Was he tripped up? Ref say no. Open ice pass from behind the goal line. Humiston looking for that tip in deep inside the slot, getting very ambitious. Looking for anything and everything to get that last minute winner. Half a minute to go. Will there be a late winner? Humiston keeps it in front. Hiller is looking for a double. Cross ice pass to Del Caro. Keeps it in front. Del Caro from the corner. The Grizzlies heavily covering it in defence. Hiller. We're down now to 10 seconds. Will we go to overtime yet again? Played along the defensive boards. Kairos. Duguay from the high point. Hasn't got a lot of space inside the slot. Now he does, but it's going to be too late. We're going to go into overtime. Can you believe it? In a game where final spots are on the line, we are yet to have a winner. Ha ha ha. My goodness gracious me. It's finished at 5-all on the CD.on score the regular time. But now we'll have one 5-minute period of overtime to determine a winner. If we can't determine a winner, then both sides will share a point. Well, this game has certainly lived up to the billing and then some here at the Perth Ice Arena. No doubt all you fans watching around the world have certainly got the ticker going at the moment, because they're certainly beating quite quickly. Crusaders back in the huddle now, just discussing what they're going to do for overtime. It's 5-5. But it is going to be 3-on-3 for this overtime period. The Crusaders, they've got Dak, Rye and Duguay. And for the Grizzlies, they have got Webster, Kairos and Piefer. Webster and Kairos certainties to go in any overtime period. They're very reliable in offense and very reliable on defense as well. Starting off with Rye and Webster for this overtime period. Remember, sudden death overtime. One goal wins the game. Rye wins the face-off, pushes the puck to the side, but only as far as Kairos. Kairos, Piefer, he pushed out back to find some space inside the slot. He shoots. Williams with a good save inside the crease, as the clock will continue to run in this overtime period. Remember, if there's no winner in overtime, both sides will share a point, as we see here on the replay. Great tactic by the Grizzlies to force Piefer back inside the high slot and look for that winning slap shot. He goes for another one. And Williams off the right pad makes the save. Webster. They want to chew the clock as much as they can and keep the puck in that offensive zone to the Grizzlies as much as they can. Piefer, look for the cross-ice pass. Ill-effective. Rye makes the turnover. Dan Rye plays it in front to Duguay. It's now off the end boards. Good change of direction. Nice little dummy at the expense of Webster. 3-on-3. Duguay. Can he keep it out in front? No, he can't. It's turned over. Webster. Lovely hoist pass. Allows some space through to Kairos. Deep inside the slot. He shoots. And Kairos has won the game. Kairos is the hero for the Grizzlies. He has scored 4 for the game, but the most important has come in overtime, and the Grizzlies are victorious in a high-scoring thriller, 6-5. As we see on the replay, that setup The hoist pass by Webster, finding Kairos inside the offensive zone, and there with the tip in deep inside the crease was the game winner. 6-5 in the end of the Grizzlies. They are victorious. And as for the Crusaders, that may be a chance gone begging. They'll have to rely on the Moose-Wheat Kings clash that takes place tomorrow night. And if the Moose lose that one, the Crusaders will be safe in 6th. But if the Moose wins, then the Crusaders will be swapped out for the Moose in the finals race. So this game has seen 6th spot still wide open. But for the Grizzlies, well, they will go on to 5th place for certain into an elimination final. But who? That's still a question to be answered in 24 hours. But what a contest to open up Wednesday night rivalry night. The Grizzlies in overtime, victorious 6-5 over the Crusaders in a thrilling contest. When we come back in about 15 minutes' time, we have our second contest on this Wednesday night rivalry night. It's the second-placed Outlaws doing battle with the last-placed Wolves. On behalf of Bailey, Ryan, Matt, and all of the Front Row Screens team, Paul Persick saying see you in 15 minutes' time for game number 2.